Yo, what is up, everybody? Back for this Monday slate. We have a 7-game slate for tonight. Let's get right into it. Please like and subscribe before we get started. Yesterday was a good night on DraftKings because of Shane Bieber. He put up over 56 DraftKings points, ended up fading Syndergaard and going with Bieber and Trent Thornton. And Thornton ended up outscoring Syndergaard, and then some of the bats come through. So it was a good day yesterday. Looking to carry it into tonight, so let's get right into it. If you want to join us for this slate, you can hit the link in the description. Starting off at pitcher, I like Patrick Corbin at 10-9. He's been pitching really well as of late. This Mets lineup is very depleted. They're missing some guys due to injuries. Most notably, Michael Conforto is on the injured list. He's going to miss a few days. He's like on the 7-day injured list, I think. But Corbin has a ton of upside. He's been really pitching well as of late. He just put up 39 against this Mets team, and now he's at 10-9. He's pitching them in Citi Field. It's a good ballpark to pitch in, gets a ballpark upgrade, and he has a ton of strikeout stuff, and there's nobody in this Mets lineup that is very scary as of now. So I think Corbin is by far the best pitcher on the slate. And then second pitcher I like is going to be Mike Soroka. So going to kind of pay out for pitching today because once again we have some value bats, most notably in Minnesota. But Soroka has been lights out this season, .98 ERA. He has only given up 4 runs in 36 innings. He pitches deep into games. He doesn't give up many hits either, just 23 hits in 36 innings. This San Francisco Giants team is very bad. Offense is really bad, as we all know. He gets a great ballpark upgrade as well going into Oracle Park. The Giants strike out a decent amount against right-handed pitching, and Soroka has been able to go deep into games. So even though he was getting pulled at like 80 pitches to start, he's now going like 93 and 102 his last couple. And why not? Because he's been pitching so well. The Braves bullpen has been bad at times this season. So might as well just pitch him for over 100 pitches. So at 9,200, I like him a lot. That leaves us with about 3,700 left to spend on the bats. Starting off at first base, once again we have... Alright, one more other pitcher I wanted to mention was Andrew Cashner. So I think at pitching, if you're either going to pay up or pay down, I'm not really interested in some of these value options here and these mid-tier options. But I think Andrew Cashner, if you're playing GPPs, you can definitely play him, mainly because he's been consistent. He has been good since the middle of April, and he just put up 20 against this Yankees team and gets to face them in Baltimore, and he has been showing some more strikeout stuff this season. So yeah, he's definitely not... I don't think you would want to play him in cash games with that high total for the Yankees, but Cashner, you can make him as a GPP viable play just because he's so cheap. And, at 5,600, as long as he gets you double digits, he's more than exceeded value, and he can definitely do that. But anyway, at first base, I really like Marwin Gonzalez once again because until DraftKings raises his price tag, I'm going to continue playing this guy. And why not? I mean, a guy at $3,300 who's been getting me double-digit fantasy scores lately, who's just been so consistent. He's been really good this month of May. He has at least 1 hit in every game except for 2 games this month, in May 6th and May 1st. So a ton of multi-hit games lately for him. You all know it. If you've been watching my videos, I've been recommending him a lot, and he's been coming through. DraftKings still hasn't got the memo because he's hitting like 5th in the lineup. His batting average has gone up like 70 points over the past couple weeks. And at 3,300, he's a switch hitter against Felix Pena. And Pena has been a little worse to lefties than righties. So Gonzalez, we will be able to battle him from the left side of the plate. So I like him a lot at 3,300. Especially if you're paying up pitching, you're going to need some value, and he can provide that. At third base, I like Austin Riley. So Riley is facing Suarez here. Suarez is making his first start of the season. Last season, Suarez was below average. He was bad against right-handed pitching, but looks like he's not going to be very good this season. He had a 6.33 ERA in spring training. He has a 6.33 ERA through his 6 starts in AAA. So imagine what what his ERA will be in the big leagues. And that's not even like a couple starts. That's been 6 starts. He has a 1.7 whip. That is extremely bad. And last season, he struggled as well. He gave up a .504 slugging percentage to right-handed pitching and had a .290 batting average. Austin Riley's been crushing it since he's been called up. He should have been up with the Braves all season long. ton of power with him. He had like 15 home runs in the first 30 games, I think. And he has shown his power so far this season in a limited sample with the Braves. Against left-handed pitching, he's only been 2 at-bats, but he has 2 hits, so he's batting 1,000, and he has a home run. So ton of pop with Austin Riley. And he gets a great matchup here against Suarez, who has been, as I just showed you, he's been bad in AAA, which means he's going to be bad in the big leagues most likely. So at just 4,000, 4,000, Riley is very cheap, and he has a ton of power, as we all know. So going into the outfield, I like Bryce Harper here. He's at $4,000. He's extremely cheap on DraftKings today. As you see, you have to scroll down for a lot. You have to scroll down to like 20 or 30 players before you get to Harper. He's a very streaky hitter, and he's been hitting the ball well. He's on a 5-game hitting streak. His batting average is up to 235. Not a big accomplishment, but he was hitting like 222 a week ago. So his batting average is slowly climbing. And we all know he's a streaky hitter. He gets a matchup here against Darvish, and Darvish has been worse to lefties than righties. And this season, Darvish has been struggling with the walks. So Harper, if he gets on base, he can steal. He doesn't really steal, and the Phillies don't steal a ton of bags. But a guy like Darvish, if he's going to be walking 6 guys a game, the Phillies should take advantage of that by trying to get some steals off of him. And Darvish does give up some power, too. He's given up 8 home runs on the season in just 42 innings. And the Phillies lineup has a ton of power. And Darvish, like I said, he's been worse to lefties. And Harper has really good numbers against right-handed pitching for power throughout his career. So it seems like a good spot, especially with Harper being really, really cheap. See, Darvish this season has been giving up a 247 average to lefties with a 452 slugging. And for his career, he's given up about 34 points higher to lefties and righties, and slugging is about 40 points higher. So it seems like a good spot here for Bryce Harper, especially with the way Darvish has been struggling this season with his command. If he throws one right down the middle to Harper, he can crush it out of the park. And last but not least, I like Max Kepler. So Kepler is extremely cheap. I like the Twins here as a cheap offense that's been on fire. The Twins are scoring the second most runs in the league this season. The lineup is just great top to bottom. Kepler leading off has been really good as of late. He's going to get a ton of at-bats here. He's been hitting right-handed pitching well, and Felix Pena struggles with lefties. So that's why I want to try to get some of the lefties Twins in here. And they do have a lot of lefties that you could take advantage of, like Eddie Rosario, Marwin Gonzalez. So Jason Castro, who's turned into like the Mike Trout of catchers this season out of nowhere. But like I said, Max Kepler, Felix Pena has been worse to lefties, so I want to show you guys the numbers for Pena this season, the splits for him. So it seems like a good spot for the Twins, and they are pretty cheap. Like Sanoa as well is really cheap, and coming off of the injured list, he's been hitting the ball okay. He's already went yard once. But this season, Pena has given up a 470 slugging to left-handed pitching, and for his career, he's given up a 435 slugging and 250 average. So you can sign me up for Max Kepler here at this price tag. And that's pretty much it for the video. Those are the picks that I like. Going with Corbin, Soroka, Gonzalez, Riley, Harper, and Kepler.